This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. We are almost halfway through the year. Can you believe it? 2023? I've been so sick all year. Ugh. I've been through some things. But I'll tell you, to get almost to the halfway point, I consider it a victory. And I know everybody's got convention season coming up and stuff like that. But I wanted to give you my list of my top solo games that I am playing, top solo games of all time at the midpoint of 2023. We will do it again at the end of the year because there's plenty of things that are coming out that are solo driven. I tried to keep a lot of dungeon crawlers off this to a degree, and I tried to vary it a little bit because I do play a lot of different solo games. But to start off the list at number 10 from play.com is Highlight. Now, I grew up in Connecticut, and Bridgeport and Milford and Hartford Highlight. I used to play this game. I was left-handed, so you can only play Highlight with your right hand. So I had to teach myself how to do that with my right hand, and we would go every Thursday. And I just have a love for Highlight. And when this game came out, it feels just like Highlight with the odds and everything, and I really have a lot of fun playing this game, and I am always playing in little tournaments and stuff like that and just having a blast. And matter of fact, I've got a tournament coming up very soon. Will anybody watch it? Probably not, but it is just one of those games that I absolutely adore, and it sits at number 10. At number 9 is a game that historically is one of the best solo games I've ever played, and that is Mage Knight. Mage Knight, the board game, is absolutely fantastic. Go get the Ultimate Edition before it disappears. It is one of the few things that WizKids has done right, along with Mage Knight and MechWarrior Dark Ages. A tremendous experience, something I highly, highly, highly suggest folks go out and get it. You won't be disappointed for sure. At number 8, 4 Against Darkness. 4 Against Darkness has fell quite a bit. I just feel, not that it's stale, I just feel that they kind of, I don't know, there's just something that's not there for me. It's a great game. That doesn't mean it's not a great game. It's one of my favorite solo dungeon crawls. But it's just fell a bit, and I can't explain why. I wish I could, but that's where I feel it is. It's a number 8. Now, number 8, that's a great number all time. I mean, there's a lot of great dungeon crawls. Dungeon Universalis, which is in my top 20. A ton of other dungeon crawls that are in my top 20. Matter of fact, if you look at from 11 to 20, it's probably almost all dungeon crawls, because I love playing dungeon crawl solo. But this one is special, but has dropped a bit. At number 7 is a game that I have kind of come back to, and we'll actually give you a little book cover here too. Defense Grid. I actually have 2 copies of this, and I recently discovered the where you can download on BGG all the extra missions. And this has just breathed some life into this game. I repainted all the towers, and I am just having a blast with this game. It is just so much fun, and I really, really am enjoying it, and just a great game. At number 6 is a game that you have probably seen here on Rob's Tabletop World. We have been doing our tournament. There is just something I'm not a big dexterity guy, but dear God, Table Golf Association, what a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous experience that is. And it just shot up. I'm playing it all the time. Sometimes I'll take out the driving range and just practice, and I still stink at it. Some people have complained about warped tile. No, I haven't had one tile warp, and my environment here in Florida sucks. But I'll tell you this much: the quality, the professionalism, how it feels like golf. You are just setting up and you just have this tremendous experience. The players, how well thought out they are. Just one of those top games that you will always enjoy. Table Golf Association. At number 5, well, what would this list be without a Herman Lutman game, of course? And that is Dawn of the Zeds. To this day, one of the best games I've ever played. I know Herman would like to reprint it, saying that he made it too complicated, this, that, and the other. I still just have a blast with this game. It's impossible. It's hard. It's fun. It's unpredictable. It's great. It's glorious. It's all the things that you can ever want in life in a solo game. And Dawn of the Zeds just hits it out of the park. And a tip of the hat to the great Herman Lutman. And I do mean great, because he's made some absolutely masterpieces and one of my favorite designers of all time. At number 4, Nemo's War. Nemo's War is just one of those great games that it's my favorite video I've ever made of all time. It is one of the greatest solo games ever made of all time. I mean, how do you not love this game for everything that it does? It keeps everything in front of you. The rules are all pretty much on the board, and it's just this experience that never gets tired or worn out. And I absolutely love that game, and that's why it's at number 4. Number 3, the book 7 has come out on this recently. D100 is a masterpiece. You could play it like 15 different ways. It's just done. It's just a masterful masterpiece from a great, great, great man, and that is Martin Knight, one of my favorite designers of all time. Tremendous. Such a great talent. And how this has evolved from just going through the one booklet to the adventure companion, to the adventure book 1, the adventure book 2, which is now book 7, the world builder, the map builder, all these things that have just gone through this man's head and just created this unbelievable universe that continues to develop. I don't know what to say at this point. Just a tremendous, tremendous talent. And one of my favorite people of all time, and favorite solo games of all time, and favorite dungeon crawl games of all time. At number 2, now this was really, really hard picking these last 2, but I know that these 2 are up here for a reason. At number 2, some of you would make this your number 1, and it's Final Girl Volume 1 and 2. These booklets tell a tremendous story, these little book games, and they take you on this wild ride trying to survive as the last girl, each one different with its own set of rules. Just ingenious, and Van Ryder is ingenious. What they've done with Set a Watch, which deserves an honorable mention, and the things they've done there. Just tremendous. And then you could bling it up with the figures, which I love painting. Some people go, oh, well, they're so small. Nah, they're fun to paint. And sometimes it's better to paint something small than it is something bigger, because the bigger ones show your flaws more. But Final Girl, number 2. Number 1 can only be one of the greatest companies in the world, and that is Hoplomachus. Hoplomachus, that the remastered edition and Victorium kind of stand on the top of the summit here. Just so good, so good. And it's just one of those games that just you never get tired of it. It's fantastic. As a matter of fact, all the Chip Theory's games could easily take up this list, but I wanted to pick one from them that really stood out. And this recent edition is just absolutely gorgeous. You know, normally I would have too many bones on here. I think that falls, you know, almost like an 11. You know, and then, you know, you got Cloud Spire and Burn Cycle, and you know, it's hard. They're there, you know, they're up there. But I find myself, even, you know, before these two games came out, the remastered and the Victorium, that I was playing Lost Cities, Rise of Rome, and just having a great time, especially when I was playing stuff by myself. This just really stands out. Matter of fact, to have some honorable mentions, Too Many Bones, should, you know, just outside the top 10. Dungeon Universalis, Dungeoneer, Dungeon Crusade. As you can see, a lot of dungeon themed games. God, you know, Burn Cycle, Cloud Spire, which I enjoy playing by myself. Core Space, Frosthaven, Wizard Kings. Let's take a look here. Face to the Mat was another one that would have been close. And King's Armory, which is another great game that I really highly suggest that you guys check if you can find it on eBay. You might find it affordable. Tower defense game that's just a ton of fun. Those are some of the games that really just stand out, and of course Set a Watch. It's really hard to make a list like that. Heroes of the Bitter Harvest, I think their AI is just tremendous, and I had a blast with that. That can easily be in the top 20. I can easily have made a top 20 list. I wanted to kind of squeeze myself at the midpoint of the year to do a little top 10 list, and then at the end of the year, I think we'll do a top 25 solo games of all time and see where everything kind of gets shooken up and mixed up. And you know, the Dungeons of Drungor could easily have made it. God, there's just so much great stuff. It's such a great time to be a solo player. And you guys, I hope some of this helps you and makes a decision for you if you are out there deciding to play some solo games. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.